Joining us now, House Energy and Commerce Ranking Member, Congressman Cathy McMorris Rodgers is with us. So it's great to have you back, have you on. So the administration is ripping Americans for emissions, right? And they're threatening new gas and carbon taxes, but then they're going to fly, the cabinet is going to fly polluting airplanes to a UN climate junket in Scotland. Why no remote Zoom calls? Why is John Kerry and Obama not patched in?
Great question. Clearly, the Democrats are out of touch when it comes to the energy crisis facing America and America's leadership. Here they are jetting off to Glasgow at the very time that they have an energy crisis that they're ignoring on the home front. We have seen natural gas prices increase, 7-year high. Gas prices are at a 7-year high. In my home state, average gas price is $3.87 a gallon. It's 50 cents higher than the rest of the country. And what I certainly know is that we shouldn't be following the Europe lead when they have been imposing these pie-in-the-sky mandates, more government control, the rush to unreliable energy. And what we're seeing as they've embraced the Green New Deal is that Europe is facing an energy crisis. They've seen a 600% increase in their natural gas prices just this year, and energy prices are expected to go up more than 300% as they're facing winter.
And Congressman, the hypocrisy of flying polluting airplanes to talk about carbon taxes on everyone else and to be shamed by the likes of activist Greta Thunberg when China pumps out more greenhouse gases than the U.S. and the developed world combined. India pumps out a lot of tons too, and so does Russia. They will not commit to cut their pollution in their GSEs either. But they're going to slam Americans for this. Do you know what I mean? You might as well, have better luck teaching a cat to bark than to getting these guys to do teleconferences. Why can't they just Zoom call?
Well, I think you're making a very good point. And they're ignoring that America is leading the world in bringing down carbon emissions. We have brought down our carbon emissions more than any other country in the world. And we've done it the American way, innovation and technology. And you're seeing the shale revolution in the United States of America that has really helped bring down carbon emissions. And yet the Biden administration is shutting down American energy right now, saying no to shutting down natural gas, keeping it in the ground at the very time that we're heading into winter and we're seeing natural gas prices up, gasoline prices going up. There's a concern about reliability, affordability right here in the United States. American families are facing an increase in their winter heating bills, $746 per family. It's a 30% increase just to heat their homes this winter because of the policies that the Biden administration is imposing and shutting down American energy.
And now we're going to have oil executives. They're going to testify for Congress next week. We're already seeing crazy bets in the option markets on $200 oil. Let's listen to the energy secretary saying that, basically claiming weakness that the U.S. cannot stand up to China on China's polluting ways. Watch this.
We've got a global problem, and China is a big contributor to that. We are too, but we don't have much moral authority to say you should be doing this if we're not taking action and deploying the technology that we need to deploy.
Okay, what is she talking about? Because President Biden admitted in April, 85% of emissions come from outside the U.S., but we don't have the moral authority. What is she talking about?
Well, it's just shameful. America absolutely has a moral authority to call out the Chinese Communist Party for its record of human rights abuses, and America must stand up to China. And the Biden administration is unfortunately not willing to do that. They're failing to criticize China. They're failing to recognize that this radical agenda that is being pushed here in the United States is actually going to make us more dependent upon China, renewable supply chains, more dependent upon supply chains that are reliant upon slave labor, and they refuse to call it out in China. Their policies are going to make us more dependent upon China, and they refuse to refuse to acknowledge that.
Now they got Senate Democrats. We got leaked documents. They want carbon taxes on all manufacturing, not just oil and gas. And the climate czar Kerry is saying, if we don't get climate change stuff that we want in the spending bills, we're going to get the EPA and Transportation Department and U.S. agencies to go after the states to do it. We're going to stay on the story. We'll have you back on. Congresswoman Cathy McMorris Rodgers, it's good to see you. Thanks for coming in.